we'll just run through kind of a lot of things. I don't like to take that temple out of the frame, but I want you to see my hands. Check this out. Yeah, just flying through chords like that. Because you can go like... rounded. It needs to be 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 rounded. In the valley of bones, stumbled upon greatness. Oh, well. I mean, I don't mean this in any kind of like way, but I mean this. There's a big difference between, okay, this is In the Image Clothing Company music. My name is Evan Strong, the founder of In the Image Clothing Company, a company that just allows the body to work, the human body, through clothing mostly, but also everything that we do in our lives. This is 1/3 of us. We also have another third, which is In the Image Clothing Company podcast with discussions on the gospel of Jesus Christ. Here's the thing. There's a big difference between just like... campfire songs, and then hear this correct, because I don't mean to be like prideful or like boasting, but I'm gonna get into why I'm saying this. So you take that, and then you take something like, here we go. Right? I mean, like, the reason I'm saying this, is because if you're going to be like playing guitar, a lot of times your first time approaching a guitar, you kind of just get a guitar. And, okay, you got a guitar, and doing something like this, right? I mean, I'm just kind of saying, doing something like that versus kind of trying to actually like really like listen to some minory stuff. Those are two entirely different things. And the reason I'm comparing them is because you're not going to get a guitar that's set up poorly to do that. To do some kind of like... That's just freestyle, all this, keep in mind. But you're not going to get a poorly set up guitar to do that. So you're going from being an intermediate player, right? And you're trying to get better. Or you're going, you know, from doing some kind of like a little bit more complex. My nails are long too. Like you're doing a little bit more complex, intermediate style, like strumming, but then you want to start getting a little bit shreddy, you know, and you're not going to improve if your guitar's not working with you. You're just not. I wouldn't. I couldn't. I didn't. And that's why I am such a advocate for guitar setups. You're not going to improve if it's not set up correct. It's just not going to happen. You're going to be fighting it because you're probably also, I'm not trying to like, you know, say that everybody's the same, but you're probably doing a lot of open chord stuff, right? And a lot of like down here. And down here, you notice the setup even more because now you've got this that can be set up because the capo is quote unquote set up evenly because it's just even and you just place it over the strings like I had it at the beginning, right? And it's just making them as even as that's going to be. The only thing that's different is the thickness of the strings between there. But then you get up here and you will notice this the poorness of the setup even greater than just what you're noticing down on this end with the capo. So just don't waste your time, please. Don't waste your time. Unnecessary discouragement. Let's play a little bit of minory stuff. I haven't for a while and I really do love it. Frank's out of tune, but listen to this. He's out of tune pretty bad, but here we go. Listen to this. My nails are also so long. Yeah, my nails are long. It makes the spaces between the frets feel smaller, between the strings also, I guess, because both cases would be the case. When your fingernails are long. So, yes, that does happen. So, just don't waste your time. Don't waste your time. I really wasn't planning on this. This wasn't like an intentional like segue into this at all. But I need to hear it just as much as the next person, dude. Oh, you know what though too is don't always use the same. If you are using a fingernail to do adjustments like this, which depending on the material, it might just not even be hard enough. Your fingernail might not even be hard enough to do adjustments on like bone saddle, right? But this one here it's a plastic one. Now, yeah, I wasn't planning on this. That wasn't the intent behind starting that video. That wasn't my intent. But I'm praying through, you know, this all and how to approach everything that I'm doing right now as the company's getting bigger. And, you know, anything that's something that I've kind of either like not finished or just not fully done or not fully understood, those are things that I need to continue to do, you know, adjustments within my body, adjustments within Frank the guitar, to just, you know, continue to get more to where I need to be. Really, seriously, in all seriousness. So yeah, meaning as much as I keep saying that I'm like such a, I did the whole like quote unquote advocate for setups of guitars, right? Oh yeah, I mean that more than I could mean that, more than I even currently understand myself, because that's the whole thing is, as much as I do say that all the time whenever I'm talking about guitars, whenever I'm talking about the human body with the main company side of InTheImage Clothing Company, and being so specific about shoelacing is one of the biggest things as I was sitting here about 15 minutes ago, I had like the shoelace on my right boot here be in a certain location for about, wow, weeks at least since I got these boots, and it wasn't quite exactly how it should have been. And and I just like adjusted it a little bit and stuff like this, you know. As much as I'm sitting here, that's what I'm gonna do for now on this G string, on Frank the guitar. But that, as much as I'm sitting here saying all this about how the G needs to be compensated, and I'm making videos just continually over and over again repeating that phrase of setup's pretty much the most important thing, and it's not about practice. Feel it when it's really close. So anyway, yeah, the point being, as much as I sit here and talk about setup is the most important, that doesn't mean that I'm always doing exactly to the extent of what I should be that thing fully, you know. And anyway, yeah, feels better already.